first thing I'm going to do is to select the whole spreadsheet. Clicking there or Control A will select the whole spreadsheet. Home, select the font. I want a narrow font. Arial Narrow is a good one to use, and I'm going to set it to 10 point. Now that I have the whole spreadsheet selected, I also want to select the formatting that I'm going to be using. Format cells. And what I'm going to try to do is set the alignment, all of the cells to align to the top, and I'm going to use wrapping for all of the cells. Okay, so I got Arial Narrow and I got some wrapping, and I'm going to call this My Calendar. Straight away we have a problem there, but it doesn't matter. We say date, day, time. What did it used to be a task, I suppose, isn't it? And then comments. Okay, so I'll make that bold, and date, that looks about okay. Day, let's make it like narrower. Time, that's okay, that should be okay. Task, let's make it a little wider, and comments, let's make that also fairly wide. So the next thing I want to do is to make sure that when I go down, I don't lose these columns. I don't know where I am. So I'll place my cursor here and go into View and select Freeze Panes. So that means that anything to the left and anything to the above this will always freeze as I keep going down. So I don't lose my headers and the left margin. So on here I'll put what was the date we had? 14th of October 13, and you'll see that it is 14 October 13, and it is not formatting the way I wanted it. So let me format that by going into Format, Home, Format Cells. And one way, a very useful trick is to use a custom formatting and remove these dashes, and that way I can make it narrower. Okay, I'll also left align that. Home, alignment left. Select that, and I want to go down a number of sheets. So let's keep going down. Go down about 100 rows, and I want to fill that with a series. So I go into Fill Series, and I'm going to step it by 1 day at a time, right? So I got it going from 1st of October right down to the 1st of February. Okay, so the first 14th of October is a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Just check that that looks right, and yes, it looks right. So I'll copy that and paste it. So this must be a Monday. That must be a Monday. So there's a way you can do this with a formula, but probably not worth the trouble. It's too. Control V. What I'm doing is doing a Control V to paste. So that should do, I think. Okay, so we got all that, and maybe I can put the time also. Format the time, say 8:30 or something. I'm doing something. 8:30. That took it in as a time, and maybe I want to say that is AM. There's a possibility of doing that, so you can format that again. So format here, format cells, custom, and let's say HH says MM space AM stroke. I'm not too sure of this, but let's see whether it'll work. Yes, so it figured it out that that was an AM. So if I say 17:30, it puts it in correctly, right? And I'll align that left, home, align left. Task, this is my first task for the day. It needs to wrap. Okay, so it wrapped, so that's fine. Comments is also okay. So now the only thing I think I had missing was the borders and the shading. Let's try to do the shading first. I was only shading the weekend, Saturday and Sunday, so it's a pain in the neck to keep on doing this one by one. So what I'll do is I'll sort all that by, select the first rows and shift select the last row, data sort. Make sure you remove data headers here and sort by date, which not date, by day, which is column B. I'm sorting by column B. So I got all the idea of that was to get all the Saturdays and Sundays together. Where are they? Here are they. Here they are. Here they start there, and they end somewhere here. And I go home and put in a color there, a light blue. Okay, now the problem is it's all over the place, so I'll sort it back into the order of the date. Sort by column, this time by column A, which is the date. It's column A that I'm sorting by. And I've got all my shading done correctly now. Next thing is I want to select everything once more and put a border around it, which is fairly straightforward. Go into home, format cells, and we're going to select border, select a color if I like it, and I don't like these blues, so I'll select a special blue that I like, which is this one. Okay, and I'll go outline, center, and I got the border. So I've got all the formatting right so far. It's scrolling properly and it's working. So it looks very much like the spreadsheet I had. But let me try to now. One other thing I want to do is to make sure that this part prints on every sheet, because otherwise I lose my headers on every sheet. So I go into page layout and I select print titles, and the ones I want rows to repeat at the top are rows 1 to 2. So that means the first and second row will appear on every sheet. If I do a print, now I also want to put a footer, and I select custom footer, and I want it on the right hand side. So I'll type file colon, and I can select the file name from here. So whatever file name I have will appear. That's a code there for that. 2 spaces, run date. Date comes from here, space, time, space, page, colon, hash, that's the page number, off, double hash is the number of pages. So that's sort of like a formula that is used to print at the bottom of the page. Select the font as, say I don't need such a big font for and I'll make it italic. 8-point italic. Okay, and that's what it will look like at the bottom. Yeah, okay, so I do a print preview, and that's what it looks like at the bottom. But the problem is I've lost my second column because it's too wide. We can scale it. The easiest way to scale it is to fit all columns to one page. So it is now reducing it, but it's not taking up all the width. I can select this thing to show my margins, and I'll move my margins to the left here. Means it's starting to get a little bit bigger. And I can use even the top of the page, so I can use that, drop that, and that's what I have. There must be a way to zoom into this. I think it is this one. That's what it looked like when it prints. And if I go to the next page, here we go, page 2. It's got the same head. It's got the same header as well. Sometimes Excel also has a problem in the way it displays. Sometimes you see these thicker lines. There's no real thicker lines when you print it. It's just a problem in the way the display is handling it. Okay, that's it, guys. Thanks.